Hell is not a skeleton. He has a meat shield.
So I've died about as many times as them.
Harrison, Ford, and Henry.
Every time I try to play a spellcaster, they never last.
That's because you don't have a good tank and or healer.
Oh, I don't die. Either the DM disappears or, I get voided.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't draw it from the deck. I only draw the deck from the deck on certain characters. Some I don't risk.
Like the last 3 of them you've played.
I don't think I would on my newer incarnation of Lee.
That's fair.
I mean, the deck's fun. It really is. It is chaos. There is actually another version. What is it? The deck of some things, where they take out all the worst and all the best cards.
That's not fun.
Yeah, but people are more inclined to draw from it. And it's still chaos.
But I'm not inclined to tell them that.
It's still dangerous. It just doesn't, kill the character. I mean,
but what if I want men to be irrationally?
Well, that's one of the fun
Then
ones.
you do that anyways, because I get targeted anyways.
Do you?
Motions to all of Oswick.
That's not me. That's
hey,
the cast.
Lee has been very nice to Oswick. Well, not very nice, but not mean at all.
See, there you go.
Like Oswick's still a human, but Lee's like.
That's all you need to hear, Morph. Oswick's still a human.
But so far,
somehow I'm more out of place in this group than the elf.
No, I am super out of place. Nobody likes me.
That's also true.
You're not the only one who's been getting shit from the other players. It's like, we just don't trust you, is pretty much 90% of what I've gotten. It's like, hey, I can help. It's like, that makes me trust you less. That was literally the response to me saying, I can try to help. And it's like, nah, that makes me trust you less. But, it's role playing the situation. I am a guest / prisoner. And Lee doesn't dislike any of you, so even though everybody treats her kind of like even though nobody listens to her.
She does kind of need to prove herself, because the first time something weird happened, she was up a tree. Not doing anything.
Trees are safe.
Yep, I have to agree, trees are safe.
It's all safe.
Trees are safe. It's true. I'm here, by the way.
I say that to my collection of 10 torches.
Also, I didn't just go up a tree. I also made an illusion house with doors that you can all run through.
That was the second time you ran up a tree.
That was my greatest feat yet so far that campaign.
That was pretty funny.
Okay, I'm just finishing notifications. But how's everybody doing today?
Very tired.
Feeling that. Up slightly before getting. I feel rested. Body was also like. Apparently, I didn't send in Twitter notification. Get lost. Sitting in Discord. Righto.
Yes, my lord.
So, who wants to give a recap? Last 3 episodes so that we can get refreshed from vacation and adding our new player in. And also, how are we pronouncing it? Is it Daito or...
It is
Daito.
Daito.
It is Daito. So, let's get Daito up to speed. What's been going on?
Alright. Dido, give the recap.
Yeah, Daito recap. You did watch the other 3 episodes, right, before you got here? No. Somebody else. Preferably. Preferably more. Throw all the shit at him.
There was
What?
a murder cult
Oh, that was
because we got
serious.
drafted by the Flaming Fists, and we had to find them, and we found them, and we got beat up. We took some rest. Someone gathered up a whole bunch of commoners to try and keep them out of their lair while we rested. Commoners died. Paladin upset. Now we're back in for the murder. And our
Yeah,
cleric got skeletons.
I was there trying to save them.
Okay.
Not even a single one got.
So that's
In my defense, I didn't think they'd murder people like in the streets.
It's Baldur's
would've thought
Gate!
A little bit more stealthy.
It's a murder cult.
They were trying to be stealthy at first, and then now they're just like, fuck it. We've been found
Yeah.
out. Get
I
them,
mean,
boys.
No, they're a murder cult. They have murdered people in the streets. That's why the Flaming Fist sent you to deal with them. It's in their name. They murder people.
Then why was the only person who knew where they're based the pirate lady?
Just because the only person who knows where their base is doesn't mean that the murder cult wasn't operating out in the streets openly. Anybody who ran
Well,
into them got murdered.
Wouldn't Shayna have a basic idea of where the base was?
No, why would you even assume that?
Nobody thought to ask Shayna where the base of operations.
Oh, that is
That's a bit
hilarious.
I think we all just assumed she's a different entity from them.
Yeah, did you get kicked out before or after they established this base?
I don't like to use the words kicked out or
She doesn't believe in
established a
organized
base.
religion.
Yeah, I don't believe. No, Morph. No, that doesn't even remotely work.
Yeah, it does.
Hi, I'm a cleric that doesn't believe in organized religion.
It's just saying the difference between believing in your faith and going to church. You don't have to go to church to believe.
You could be a Lutheran.
I am a Kool-Aid drinking member of the Merkel cult.
Okay, well, that was most of the important information. Where we left off last time. Also, this music is too mellow for what we're doing. Where we left off last time was that you all had gone back down into the catacombs underneath this bathhouse that served as a front for the Dead Three's cult. You all had made your way through, killed a bunch of the remaining members, and had stumbled your way across a trio of skeletons, which immediately became loyal to our good cleric here.
She summoned them.
Shayna.
Because they were. I almost called you Merkel, and I was like, no, that's not right. Shayna's been
Hi,
Merkel the
I'm
whole
Merkel.
time.
I'm dumbing my level down for you guys.
Baldur's Gate 3 is just Merkel. It's a twist.
Just Merkel.
Just Merkel. Hashtag just Merkel. After finding these skeletons and coincidentally solving the puzzle that would make them loyal to her, you all had continued forward, where you had found a torture chamber containing 2 individuals. And I'll go ahead and recap the description of the room because we left it on a cliffhanger. The walls and floor of this room are covered with streaks and splashes of dried blood. 2 dangling bodies are shackled to the east and south walls. One is an elderly male human, the other a young female tiefling. Both are covered in bloody gashes, and neither is moving. In the middle of the room is a sturdy wooden chair with a bloody whip draped over it. A bucket, half filled with salt, sits on the floor nearby. And before we have you all take over, we're going to zoom the camera just a little bit behind where Valkaren? Where Valkaren has been keeping tabs on her old friends. She watched them enter this bathhouse the day before and come out relatively easy a while later, and then show back up with a posse of drunken hooligans to watch the outside of the building. You observed them then leave for the tavern, except for Lily, the paladin, who stood with the group of drunken rabble before the drunken rabble was promptly attacked and murdered. You probably thought of self-preservation before friendship and camaraderie, as the cultists murdered their way through the swath of people, and you saw Lily make a hasty retreat out a window, and then observed the cultists proceed to brutally decorate the bathhouse with the corpses of these victims before disappearing inside. When your friends returned, they took some time to gather up the bodies respectfully and had descended back down into a secret passage within the bathhouse, curiosity overtaking you, and you spent some time trailing them, but not quite jumping out to aid them as they haven't needed it, up until a point where they had accidentally lit a torch in a room that reeked of natural gases and almost blew themselves up. You probably resigned yourself to intervening soon after they nearly caused a cave-in that would have inadvertently killed you as well. But for now, you're just hanging back a safe distance, watching what they do down the hall. And that's kind of where the camera picks up. So when you choose to jump in, we'll have you introduce yourself and what she looks like.
Alrighty.
I'm immediately going to check these 2 dangling bodies. See if any of them are.
So go ahead and give me a medicine check and tell me which one, top or bottom, that you're checking.
Top, and then next one will be...
Well, we're doing it one at a time. That's why I asked you which one you were checking.
Okay.
Okay. So, when you check the top one, you see that the male human is dead. He was old and probably had given into his injuries about halfway through. There's no real identifying features on him when you look over his body.
Shayna,
Yes.
let me check that one.
You want me to check the other one?
Or let me check this one. The man's dead.
I can check. Blam.
When you look over the tiefling, you see that this female tiefling is unconscious but stable.
I'm afraid there's nothing we can do for Merkle Dagger.
And you see Jaina take out dagger.
No.
Oh. I put the dagger away.
Is she really dead?
No, she's stable and conscious, but... Well, not conscious, but stable. Not dying. Unconscious.
Let's get her down.
Is she chained up, tied up?
They are both dangling from chains.
Are there a set of keys anywhere?
That is a great question. When you look around, Lily, you're not seeing much. The bucket of salt is probably curious, but there is a bloody whip beside it. Bastion, when you look around, give me a wisdom check, just a flat wisdom.
Flat one. I
Minus that one.
with or without advantage.
You remember finding a pair of keys on old Buckethead, the shirtless, spear-wielding, bucket-helmed individual that you all had fought in several rooms prior. Had a key ring on him.
Oh right, it's been like 2 weeks out of game, but in game it's been like longer.
It's been like 4 weeks since you guys fought Buckethead.
Yeah,
It's been like 4 weeks, but in game it's been like 30 minutes.
It's been like a
been
month.
like a day.
Who pocketed those? Did I, or did anyone else like specifically write it down?
We'll say for the sake of ease that you pocketed them.
Okay. Bastion will nudge Shayna. I can get her down. And we'll move over and pull out the keys, and seeing as there's probably multiple on the key ring, we'll begin testing keys. Until one clicks.
It's like that comically overfilled key ring. It's got like 30 keys on it.
Not that one.
Well, see, a funny thing about that is, it's probably not comedically oversized, but there are probably about 20 dummy keys on there, and only like 4 or 5 actual keys that open something, and only the owner would know which keys open. So you see Bastion taking time checking each of these, because that's a real thing.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like, my dad has a large key ring for like our firebox and stuff, and there are probably about 30 fake keys on there, just to keep thieves from being able to get it open in time.
I'll hold her body so she doesn't like collapse and crack her head.
Mm-hmm. Neil, you're hanging back with Harrison, Ford, and Henry. What are you up to?
Nail tried to get a better view, like looking over the skeletons, but couldn't really see much, so he's kind of just resigned to have a bit of a drink and maybe try and teach Harrison how to play scissors, paper, rock.
It's Boulder Parchment Shears, by the way. This is fantasy.
Yes, sorry.
Really? In high fantasy, there's still doing just the normal. You'd think that they'd be like, throwing a dragon or something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Can you imitate a dragon with your hands?
You might have some cheating fucks who decide they want to play dragon, but those people promptly get sheared in the face. You're one of those people who throws dragon, aren't you?
Maybe.
The reason why the Cult of the Dead 3 exists.
Yes, I am, because I'm a part. Because either I'm actually Merkle in disguise, or I'm just a member of the cult.
One of the two.
Yep.
So some time passes as you all take the time holding her up and checking these keys. But before long, you bring her down And you find that she is still very much breathing. She is just unconscious.
Once she's comfortably not dangling anymore, relatively, I'll put. See how much I got.
I think you're out. You've been using that like it was going out of style.
I can do it.
No, I have my lay on hands, but I'm low on spells.
While they're fiddling with the keys and stuff, I want to sneak up on Nail. I want
Absolutely.
to sneak up right behind him.
Sure. Also, I guess I should tell you as well, just for context, the darker mapping here, where it looks like a very light blue, that's about 2 feet deep water, so it does slow down movement. But it looks like you're on solid ground in that kind of creamy tannish white color, so your movement would be normal. I just want to let you know that before you get too deep, because there are some spots where that'll matter.
Okay.
And to remind the other players of the difficult terrain.
Hmm.
Yes, so yeah, you are a shadow.
He would not detect you even if Nail wasn't AFK.
Yeah, Nail is currently choosing to go AFK while you declare you'll sneak up on him, but he is currently trying to teach a skeleton how to play cards.
No, Shears pulled a parchment.
With cards.
With cards. I didn't say he was doing it successfully. I just said he was trying. He's not here to refute it, so
That's fair.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Then I'll wait to do what I was gonna do until he's no longer AFK.
yeah, let's save it for when he's back. But you have successfully snuck up on him and are free to do whatever you please to his unsuspecting corpse. I mean, body.
Personage.
Does he have anything worth stealing off of him?
His pants.
He's a fighter.
His sledgehammer.
So no.
Take a sledgehammer.
You could pilfer his sledgehammer.
I'd just take his pants.
But if
He's
you
more
wanted to,
proud of the
I
sledgehammer.
would take his weapon and see how long it took him to notice it.
you would have to sleight of hand that though. But I mean, with that 20 stealth, I'll give you advantage because there's no way he knows you're coming. Not that you needed it. Okay.
I think we still have like 21 saved up from the charity.
No. I have no way of tracking that backlog.
That's true.
So,
I
what
can
was stolen
track-
from me?
Nothing.
Everything.
You don't know nothing.
You're currently
Bullshit.
you're currently not wearing pants.
But what I had originally planned on doing, was sneaking up behind Nail. What do you think you're doing? Trying to get everybody killed? I'm gonna
Naturally,
whisper it.
Nail would turn around in a bit of a start.
And say,
Like,
totally
maybe-
a dog does not recognize you now.
Raise a curious brow at the woman he recognizes. Well, look who survived.
You're lucky I came around when I did, trying to cave in an underground secret passage.
Hey, I was getting back there. I was going to put one of those, wooden beams from the other room in there. It's a simple task. Just hack it down in one side, add some nails. Standard.
What's going on up ahead? I can't see through you and your skeletons.
Hey, not my skeletons. The crazy ones. And to answer your question, no idea.
Nail, who are you talking to?
Never you mind. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Question. Are two of the skeletons doing the skeleton dance?
Probably not.
Okay.
It seems noisy and unprofessional of skeletons. So yes, they're absolutely doing it.
Is Harrison trying to teach Ford how to play Baldur Parchment Shears?
No, because you are currently teaching Harrison how to play Boulder Parchment Shears. Come on, man, keep up. This is Harrison. This is Ford. This is Henry.
Yeah, I was trying to pass the knowledge down the line. I was hopefully, a bit quicker.
So, there's currently an unconscious tiefling on the ground.
Bastion is going to cast Healing Word on her.
Alright, so go ahead and heal her. You heal her for 7, but she is still unconscious.
She's still unconscious?
Yes, she is not a player character. She doesn't immediately jump back up into combat once you...
I will try to rouse her.
Smack her across the face.
Gently rouse her.
We have medicine kits. We can just...
You nudge her lightly, and you see this dark-haired, red-skinned tiefling slowly open her eyes, and a pair of glowing yellow orbs blink up and look at Bastion, and she says, What in the 9 hells am I doing here? I remember being tortured. You're not here to kill me, are you?
No.
No, you're out of the shackles. We're here to save you. Well, we're here to kill the cult, but saving you is a byproduct.
Oh, good. Maybe if you had been here sooner. She looks over her shoulder to the other corpse still hanging there. Maybe you could have saved both of us.
It was a shame.
He only died yesterday.
Whoop.
I tried.
Well, we are here now. It's important.
Are you able to walk? I'm gonna take out my water skin and offer.
She greedily drinks from it like somebody who hasn't been given water in a long time. I think I can manage. It's just being dangled up there for so long. It really does a number dislocating your wrists. And she kind of like rubs them now because the healing magic has also done a number of putting them back into place and tending to it. Now she just looks very stiff and sore.
Is there anything you can tell us about what's ahead? I saw a number of cultists come in here. We followed after them.
Well, I did have a wonderful vantage point from where I was dangling.
Just asking. If you didn't see anything, that's all right.
The other door and the torture. There was lots of torture. Did you know that they like rubbing salt in the freshly whipped wounds?
I got that much, yes.
Bane people.
Did you catch any names?
Hey, make a quick persuasion check. Let's see how talkative she is. If you can pry some information out of her honeyed words. Okay.
Can I argue advantage because I healed her, or because we're...
She looks at you and kind of bites her lower lip, and she says, well, no, but I can tell you something that I did see. It might be helpful. There was sounds of scraping and just beyond the doorway there. Not quite sure what it might have been, but it didn't sound good, and I don't believe that whoever was coming and going, I don't think that whatever's beyond there might be more. There were plenty of cultists going through here. Sometimes I would hear that scraping sound, sometimes I would. But I haven't been here very long, only a few days. Thanks for the prompt rescue, by the way.
Secret entrance, maybe. Do you have a place to go?
Of course, I'm a wealthy and important individual.
Do I believe her?
We already saved you. You don't have to talk it up.
Considering you haven't asked who she was or gotten any real information about her, thanks for asking. She probably seems believable because you don't have anything else to go on. She's half naked and slightly bruised from being whipped currently.
I will give her my cloak and then be like, "So what's your name, noble rich person?"
Called Vendetta Crash. Don't give me that look. I didn't.
I'm called Lily.
Oh.
That's Shayna.
Did you pick that?
I did. My actual name is Liebupa. Well, actually, other people picked up Lily and gave it to me, so I just kind of stuck.
That's probably.
I figured the case.
Bastian, I tended your wounds. Well, it's nice to meet you under weird circumstances.
Murder isn't common here in Baldur's Gate.
Oh no, it super is.
It's more the operating murder cult, but
It's all right. We'll deal with it.
Oh yeah, we're trying to kill the shit out of them.
Would you feel comfortable slipping out of here on your own, or would you rather leave with us? We still have to clean up the rest of this cult.
Gods no, I have no desire of staying here any longer. Fairly certain my employment information. Oh, it was just me. There we go. I'm fairly certain my employment with the Othuns is probably cancelled, considering how long I'd been hanging here. And she collects herself. She walks by the chair with the bloody whip and considers it a moment as a defensive tool and just kind of takes it anyways, as well as the cloak now draped around her shoulders.
What did she? What was that last thing she said about her?
She says she's probably not employed anymore.
Do you know what the cult wanted with you, Miss Crash?
They wanted information about the noble house that I serve, Othun. I mentioned. They tortured me for information, and not wanting to end up like poor Zephanax there, and she gestures to the still hanging dead body. I told them everything I could about them. Somebody is fiercely clicking. I told them everything I could about their security arrangements and patrols in order to save my own life.
Is there anywhere we can find you to check up on you once we're finished here?
She considers that again, and you see the tail kind of swishing. She says, well, I suppose if you wanted to check up on me, this one could look in, and she kind of gives Bastion a playful nudge under the chin with the rolled up whip.
I would be happy to oblige you, madam.
Well, good. If you ever find yourself in the upper cities, look for Kresh's winery. She'll do her best. I just got tortured for 3 days, sashaying of her hips out of the room. And as
it's very lumpy.
Yeah. She's very much doing an effort to flaunt what she's got, but she had been tortured for 3 days. And then she kind of awkwardly shifts her way through the skeletons He then sees the two of you down at the end and kind of blinks and is like, pardon me, and just scoots around the two of you and then makes her way out.
I want to think that all the skeletons do the milady head tip.
Absolutely. They have personality, those mindless undead.
Now that that's all sorted, have a look at this. See who's apparently fireproof. Nail shouts down the hall as he steps aside and, makes a hand wave over to Relikaran.
What?
Yep. Valkyria's just standing there with her eyebrow raised.
And then Shayna runs over and hugs her.
And she backs away.
Yeah,
Oh.
so why don't you tell us what Velikaran looks like? So we have an idea of the character.
So Valkyrian is tall and slender with red hair. Coppery, melted copper eyes, very bluish white skin, and she has some tattoos that you can see and some that you can't right now. The ones you could probably see are the ones on her hands and the one at the base of her throat.
Are they like designs or anything in particular?
The ones around her fingers are just little tribal bands around a couple of her fingers, and the same around her throat. It's just a tribal band that goes all the way around her throat.
Nice.
Are you a wild elf? Because those are my favorite.
Look what the very large tabaxi dragged in.
Wild.
Yes.
Are we not on hugging terms anymore, Velkarin?
I've never been on hugging terms with anybody in my life.
It's true.
Okay, that's fair.
You say that now, but the celebration drinks afterwards, they'll loosen you up.
We'll see.
I don't think that has ever helped.
So when did you get back?
Oh, a few days ago. I've been watching you guys for a while.
Creepy!
You left quite a mess up there.
Again, that wasn't us.
I mean, it definitely was
Not
because
directly.
of someone.
And, suitably, I might leave a similar mess down here when I find the people responsible.
Speaking of which, we should very much continue, and they're probably alerted.
What? No, Nail hasn't been loud this entire time.
I caused an explosion.
I stand by what I said.
Once I get the body down, I'm just going to lay it down respectfully.
Take the time to get through another round of checking the keys and find the one to bring this human down.
And we can mourn the dead later. For right now, the living is the important part, and we have to get these cultists to the dead.
Yeah. Let's keep in mind what she said. She said she heard a scraping sound, and that a lot of people go through. Maybe it's a secret entrance, or maybe it's a really dangerous trap. I don't know, but
I guess it's a good thing I showed up when I did.
I hear that, and I poke my head around the corner.
Look! It's Velkarin!
Your lockpicking skills would be beneficial here.
Oh, hello, Miss Hydra Man.
And keep you guys from blowing everything up.
That was my mistake.
Just brush soot off my shoulder. Well, It's nice to see you're alive.
Would you like me to scout ahead and check for traps for you guys?
That is a skill I wish I had currently for the past day.
If you would not mind, Nail's repertoire for that has just been sledgehammering doors.
Hey, it got them open, didn't it?
It did.
We also
Val
have a
is
set
gonna
of
just-
keys here.
You were treated to the sight of Nail very unstealthily breaking down doors.
Can I take a look at the keys and see if I can tell which ones actually open doors and which ones are dummy keys?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do a. I think appropriate because like that would be a thief's skill for sure, where you can be like, this one's fake, this one's fake, this one's fake. Let's do deception, but we'll replace it with your intelligence modifier, which will
Could
be
you
the
see
same
their
number
their
anyway.
thieves' tools too, just because?
That's
Yeah, but yeah,
do
no,
your
I can
thie-
see
do your
that
thie- Do your
actually.
thieves' tools with intelligence. That's a valid point.
Okay, thieves' tools with intelligence?
Yep.
Yep,
11.
go.
No, with an 11. It's kind of hard to tell. You're able to pick out. There's probably, like, in this keyring, there's probably a safe guess that about, 20 or 30% of the keys are real, but you're only able to pick out one or two more besides the ones they already identified opened up these shackles.
Okay, she will keep that in mind, and she's gonna scout ahead. Is this a door?
Yep. Yeah. So just because you're new to this map too, this layout of their map drawing is much better than how it has been lately. But the white boxes are all doors. It's pretty straightforward for the keys here. I'll show you a couple others. So like, these would be tomb caskets. There is like rubble, as you could have seen over here. The blue would be water. Those squares are pillar column posts. And I'm going to scoot you up just a little bit further. These would be stairs, another doorway, pillar columns. Those brown lines are just outlines of rough-hewn walls and stuff.
Okay.
Bring you back over. But yes, that is a door there, and their dynamic lighting did a pretty good job of keeping the spaces open, so that would be a doorway.
Shayna.
I'm gonna check for
Me.
traps and then see if it's unlocked.
Okay.
Do you possess the guidance cantrip?
Yes, and I give Valkarin a tap.
She kind of winces a little bit, but takes it.
Didn't need it.
Didn't need it.
Second critical.
Oh, this is how she was rolling yesterday, too.
Was it?
Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, you look it over. You are able to quickly discern that the door is locked, but it's not trapped.
I'm gonna try a couple of the keys that are on the ring.
You pull up one of the ones that you recognize as a good key, and sure enough, it unlocks that door.
And a lot quieter than Nail would have done.
Even if you found the right key, too.
Yeah. Unlocked doors, he was...
You know Nail would not have looked for the key. He would have just sledgehammered it.
So that opens
25
up...
fake keys, one sledgehammer.
Exactly.
It's of
sound reasoning.
The
This
map checks out.
This passageway opens up into another winding hall that has stairs leading down.
I'm just gonna go up to the corner and take a peek around and see what I see. You guys, wait here for just a minute.
What's this nonsense? A scout that doesn't go like way far ahead so that we can't help? What madness is this?
What's this? A group that doesn't immediately follow behind the scout so they can't scout?
Hey, that's fair.
Alright, do I see anything around this corner?
It just winds around a second corner.
Alright, seeing that it's not that far ahead, she will scout a little farther.
You see that the hallway drops down into a corner of collapsed rubble and debris, and then opens up your left.
Alright, then she's gonna go peek around that corner too. Should I roll a stealth check?
Anytime you want to be stealthy, I would recommend it. Okay. You see that the hall has some stairs that go up, and then the end of the hall reveals a pair of doors that split off in two directions.
Okay, at this point, knowing that there is a fork, I would go back to I'm gonna go back to the party and let them know what. You go
All right,
around a couple
everyone.
of corners, upstairs, and there are two ways you can go. No traps or anything.
All right. I think all of us should keep an eye out for something that might make that grinding sound. Because when I hear grinding down here, I'm gonna think of stone against stone.
Or the metal against stone.
That's fair. Let's.
Let's
Miss
just
Hy-
be careful moving forward. We've kind of had a bad track record down here.
Miss Hythermain, do you think you're able to move 30 feet ahead and keep an eye out, and we'll tail behind because we're gonna be kind of noisy. I am, at least. And I gesture to my armor.
Of course. Just to let you know, there's no way for me to contact you if I see anything up ahead, but to come back.
All right, that's all right. If you feel you need to come back, that's fine too. I don't mind taking point.
So I'll remain 30 feet ahead of them and keep scouting.
Alrighty.
And as we're going, I'm going to try to keep an eye out for anything in the stonework that might make.
I will do the same from back here.
So I'm gonna keep an eye out and follow the left wall.
Alrighty. Skeleton slowly behind Jaina, hugging the left wall. So as you hug the left wall, you see that the pathway doesn't just fork, but it opens up to an F section, I guess. Kind of makes that F shape. But there are 3 doors, not 2. And 18 perception, deliberately checking the walls. Double back on.
I'll also roll a perception.
Dungeon features. I'm just trying to find the D. It did tell you there was somewhere. It's not meta to tell you that already. It doesn't give me a specific number for that one. Yes. All right. So you end up seeing that there is an outline along this wall here before you continue moving forward.
I make a sound just to get people's attention and gesture.
Gestures and says, "Back that way. I saw a door."
And
As long as
loud
as
she
we're
is,
aware.
I heard the horse sound, and I'll turn.
I click.
She just pulls out 2 coconuts.
I pull out 2 coconuts. Clap, 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 clap.
It's amazing that it's taken us this many years of D&D playing before someone made a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference.
I'm genuinely surprised it took.
Yeah, so am I.
Surely it's been done before, right?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
And I'm gonna whisper, just, should we check this first or check those open doors first?
They mentioned I'm gonna check the secret door for traps or how to open.
Yeah, let's check it out.
it. 10.
Uh, 10. You are confident that this door is not trapped. But okay. Yeah. The door is. You're confident it's not trapped, but it is also not locked. It would be very easy to press that open and slide it into the secret mechanisms that would slide it aside.
Yes, I'd like to open the door if I can.
The quick motion and gesture. There is the sound of stone scraping against stone. The passageway opens, revealing another murky-looking passageway filled with the foul-smelling sewage water.
Would you like me to take point, or do you want to sneak up first?
I don't know how quiet I can be on water.
I'll just nod and move forward. And I will try to be quiet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna.
I mean, you have to keep in mind that it is knee-deep sewage water, so you will be sloshing. So everybody who's trying to be stealthy does so at disadvantage. You have heavier armor, so that's already it.
Yeah.
It's double disadvantage.
And
Jeez.
no,
I didn't get.
She just
Lee-
has great
Dito-
dice.
Dito, you are hitting both sides of the spectrum hard.
I didn't fail a stealth check once in combat yesterday.
Yeah, she just stayed hidden through combat the entire time. Just unseen.
I
And I'm
hate
gonna
the
bring up
sewer
the
water.
rear.
Okay. Yeah. So, Lily, you start to make your way in. You see that there is a pathway and a door that opens up. You have more pillars, a lot of water, and the hall ends with collapsed rubble and opening over here. Hang on, my dogs are going apeshit about something. I'll be right back.
Go stop.
I
So,
got something in my boot.
4,520.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
It's very cool Forge was able to surpass the goals he set for the entire thing so quickly, too.
Yeah, he stomped them, didn't he? Like, the first day, he broke the first
Oh,
goal, didn't he?
he was over halfway there on the first day.
Yep,
And
we broke
finally
it.
broke it on the third day
Mm-hmm.
during the Unshod game.
Such a great band of adventurers.
There is there's a rare brain disease that my gram had, so it doesn't get as much research. My gram also had Alzheimer's, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try doing something for that disease. I think one of the lead researchers is got that in Boston, Massachusetts.
I wanted to help out because my grandma, who passed away recently, had dementia for a while.
Yeah, I guess I've been fortunate. Nobody in my family has had an issue with dementia or Alzheimer's, but my stepdad passed from brain cancer about 10 years ago.
That is rough.
So I figured it's all in the brain, it's all the same.
Brain's important. I'm just happy that we managed to just all come together. It was good. It was a lot of fun.
What did he say about the dice when you sent it to him?
I haven't sent it to him yet, but apparently he was trying really hard not to get choked up after I said my speech, so he couldn't really emote too well. But he was really happy, so I can't wait to get him sent over.
That's super nice.
He was so stressed out that he wasn't even going to hit that 2K goal.
Mm-hmm.
And he doubled it.
More than doubled it.
More than doubled it.
More than doubled it. Spooky day. They were barking because food was
Nobody
Ghost
tried
dogs
to
taken
break
care
into
of?
your house.
No, food was here.
Yeah, that explains it.
Yeah.
Did the ghost dogs eat it all?
No. But two of them were like, "Do not touch us. Give food." Boy dog was like, "I'm happy for attention. This is great." Yeah, he's always just like, "Pets." I'll take
Because
pets.
good boy.
Yeah, because he's
Pets?
a good boy. He's like, "I'll take pets." Is everybody still here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right,
Yep.
let's jump back into it. So yeah, you guys start sloshing into the water. Those who are trying to be stealthy do their best with it
That is actually not bad.
until Bastion gets.
Yeah, I have something in my chute.
I'm not even gonna roll. Sorry, guys. I have a +0 and heavy armor.
There's a snake in your boot.
I mean, so does Lily, but she tried.
Yeah. Once we get to this corner, I'm
As you approach
gonna.
that corner, this 10-foot wide flooded passage, braced at regular intervals with wooden beams, old torch stubs float in the murky water. At the point where the tunnel bends west, you will hear echoes of battle unfolding beyond the west. So it's going to be down this way. You hear the sounds of fighting going on in the corner.
I'm gonna peek my head around and see if I can see who.
No, you are doing it quite stealthily. Okay, go ahead and scoot yourself forward just a little bit. Great. So, beyond the hall, a flooded chamber opens up, rough-hewn steps climbing to the south, north, and northeast. The floor buckles up above the water line in the middle of the room, forming a small island. Corpses and doused torches float in the water around the island, atop which two men circle each other with weapons bare. One of the men A tall, unarmored brute with a great club and a scarred face towers above his opponent, but is gravely wounded. The smaller figure is muscular and bare-chested. He clutches a bloody dagger in one hand and a torch in the other, and has no flesh covering his skull.
I'm gonna assume that one's the
Okay,
The-
Ghost Rider.
yeah. I'm immediately just gonna whisper back to everyone, battle, and then I'm gonna charge forward. So
All right,
And
you.
I will.
Oh, go ahead.
I would pull out my short bow and try and keep hidden as much as I can.
Yeah. There will not be a surprise, as the sounds of Lily going forward will be enough to invoke combat. But let's go ahead and roll initiative. She declares that she is going in. Also, well, I'll show you once you're closer. Fine.
Come on, don't dice fuck me.
Don't fuck me, Gil. That guy.
That now makes sense to me.
Yeah, I had to look that one up. He's a donator, which is
Oh, that part doesn't make sense to me. I just now know that she says that because.
Oh no, yeah, Gil is a guy who donated like a bunch of money to Critical Role. So they're literally his dice when they roll it.
Ah. Yeah, no, I haven't been watching season 1. I've been trying to catch up with season 2.
I think it's only relevant.
I am behind 2 episodes in season 2.
I am behind
Almost
a
caught
lot.
up. I'm about halfway through last Thursday's. It's better. 2 episodes
like-
they were still doing dumb.
I like
just
Fox Mafia.
started the Halloween episode.
Oh yeah. They do dumb quite a bit. It's
I'm
weird
just
because
out of the Pirate City.
every so often they act really smart and then they decide to do dumb. Like, why you do? Mostly looking at Not. It feels like Sam.
I was gonna say, who's doing the dumb?
Bo and Sam, or Bo and
Sounds
Not.
about right.
the usuals.
Bo and Not, and Jester is kind of 50-50, but usually her stuff pays off when she tries to do a dumb. Somehow she gets out ahead. Did you get caught up, Hun?
Just finished today.
Yeah, I was gonna say, somebody rolled out a picture really quick of the upgrade Jester got, and I was like, nice. I sent that to you. Oh,
I didn't see the. I did not see the.
They don't have initiatives.
The
They're dead.
one that. I didn't see the one that played this week.
Oh, okay.
But they just got out of the Happy Fun Ball.
Yeah. The one this week, they go, like, it's not a spoiler. They go and finally take the tortoise up on the tattoos.
I figured that's what that was.
I
love Orly.
I gave initiative to dead people. I don't know why I did that.
I don't know why you did that.
I don't know why I did it.
I made a paladin turtle kind of based off of Orly.
Orly's awesome.
Orly is awesome. Alright, so Morty, you get to get a roll. Ooh, oh, Morty. And Oz. One. Not that you'll ever get to know.
You never know.
Maybe.
Lily might be running up to them to have friendly words and some tea.
That is totally what
I'm
she'll
not.
do, but don't
I'm
make
just
fun
saying it's something that could happen.
Alright, so these two have combat initiatives. Sending order. Wow. Okay. So the two of them get to go before you guys have a chance to do anything. So combat continues. With the great club, the large scarred brute is going to swing on the smaller man once and twice. He is going to... I know narrating combat between NPCs is good, but he manages to land 2 hits on this guy. The first one is a large, staggering blow. Oh, okay, so it's not rolling the additional damage on there. Good. Okay. So he manages to land 2 blows, making the staggering back of the faceless man, literally faceless, making him stagger back, and he goes into he backs up, gives the scarred man a very stern look in the eyes, which makes him have to take a wisdom save. 18. He looks like he might be temporarily stunned, and then he shakes it off and growls. And then the little man with the dagger lunges forward and takes 2 swipes with the dagger. Which is the aura of murder is still on there. So he gets vulnerability to piercing, so it's going to be 1.5 times damage. 9 and 13. Okay. So those 2 turns are done. Lily, you're up. These 2 are still fighting. They seem unaware of what you're doing, but they are still fighting.
Cool. Alright, so 10, 20, 30. 10. I'm gonna dash 10, 20, 30.
Actually, I'm gonna executive decision to not have that aura of murder on here. Something they did was they did not give Morty here enough health to survive a single round if it's on. So just go ahead and say that that's not on. You see this man in much more clearly now. Picture him large, hulking, shirtless. Little wart. He is a large, lumbering brute. And there are a number of dead bodies around him, all of which seem to have bludgeoning damage to their bodies. It looks like he has been fighting for a while, and these people were killed either by his club or by his hands.
Well, that's not terrifying.
Really? Because that seems pretty scary to me.
And as you come sloshing in, he kind of looks at you, Lily, and he says, "More of your friends, Vaz? It won't matter. I'll kill all of you with my bare hands."
And I draw my sword and point it and say, "Drop your weapons in the name of Bahamut."
Don't you make
And
flaming fist down on the ground?
I don't care about that.
Yeah, that was my thing.
Are working for them.
Yeah, but Bahamut's my supervisor, so
I'm pretty sure.
I'm kind of a contractor.
I'm pretty sure you're confusing Bahamut with what was his name? Zaj with Zaj, and they sound nothing alike.
I think I'm missing a reference.
Dodge is the flaming fist dude that hired us is a very polite term.
Mm-hmm.
That very forgettable guy.
Forgettable. He was beating people up with like his chain.
Well, his face was forgettable.
How could you forget Taste the Chain?
But no, that's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And I will. Let's see. How does that guy look injured at all?
Which guy?
This guy.
No. Oh, yes, actually, because I described him taking 2 Great Club hits to the face.
But he looks barely alive.
Yeah, he looks like he is on his last legs, but he does not seem to be deterred.
All right, let me see how many people I can. Nope, that's an action. That's an action. There it is. Bonus action. Ah, that's just one creature.
Oh, were you taking into account your difficult terrain for your movement?
I did. I used a dash as an action, which is why I'm looking for results, because it will be my bonus action.
Ready.
But I do that. I say stop in the name of Bahamut. Do I compel duel? Do I? Not yet.
No, I wouldn't.
Anything then?
That's all I got. I used my action and I can't bonus action that. Yes, me.
I am going to. I'm going to use my movement and my action to get behind this. What is this? This is a pillar?
Yep, that's a pillar.
And I'm going to bonus action hide.
Okay. Keep in mind you could cunning action to dash if you wanted to get an action in instead.
No,
Okay.
they haven't attacked us yet. So
Nope, they have not. Alright, so 14 stealth. Let me look you up. Hail. Fighting has started. Somewhere around the corner.
Fighting has started like 3 turns away from me.
You saw Lily run around a corner and was like, bugger, I'll never make it in time. Why did I pick the back?
Should I try and teach Harrison how to play Baldur Parchment?
Would you just get going up ahead?
Yeah, the three
Oh,
skeletons
fuck.
the 3 skeletons also look sad that they will never reach combat before it is over.
I'm sorry, boys.
Why would the water slow them down? They're hydrodynamic. They have no surface area.
Not how that works.
It's totally how that
And
works.
I end my turn.
You could have them crawl along the walls, like the mummy.
Bastion, you're up.
5, 10, 15, 20. I can get here.
I don't know any of this.
I can then go 15, 20, 30, double move. Flaming Fist, cultists, surrender, and we may kill you quickly.
Fire that out loud.
Yes.
They do not pay attention to you. They are busy with their fight. Jaina.
Just gonna dash and slosh on up.
Dash and slash.
Yep. And then I'm gonna hold out my holy symbol and I'm gonna chant a spell and I'm gonna put a shield o' faith on Lily because that's a bonus action.
That's +2.
Yes, it is. Dearest of Merkel, please protect my friend, even though doing so keeps them from your cold, deathly embrace.
Oh, that's right, it is a Merkel shield.
But then
No,
I match all the other cultists.
you have Merkel's deathly embrace. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Not ominous at all that a pair of skeletons are gently, protectively caressing you.
They might also, because it's Merkel and he does want people to be undead, they might also be like pointing to the enemies like this is a vital spot.
Mm-hmm. They are gesturing. So Mortlock will get to take his turn again, and even though he's not paying attention to you guys declaring Flaming Fist down on the ground, he uses this opportunity to shove the knifed man forward. Ow. Okay. Yeah, so he barrels into this individual, knocking him prone, and staggers him into the muck. knocks him prone, and then hefts the great club up over his head with 2 hands before trying to bring it down. 19, and he'll smash him for a good chunk of damage. 8. Smashing him for a good chunk of damage. This guy will use... Oh. That's a really dumb ability to give this guy. Okay. Yeah, he kips up onto his feet. He will... Oh, there's no... Okay, there's no recharge on that either. As you guys are rushing, he's going to turn his attention over to Lily now that he got knocked on the ground and Bastion loudly declaring down on the ground. He's going to look at Lily, and when you make contact with him, you realize this guy has no face, and his eyes, which are still in his skull socket, they flash red briefly, and you feel a stunning grip of death start to caress you. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Well, fucking... Fuck.
You will be stunned until the end of Vaz's next turn.
Ah!
I'm gonna switch the skulls. Yeah, you stop dead in your tracks as the face of death stares at you.
I vomit some rainbow.
Yep. And then, seeing that you're stunned, he kind of smirks and he says, "Friends of yours, Van Vamper, I'll kill them first!" And he leaps over at the stunned Lily.
So he thinks we're friends of that guy, and the other guy thinks we're friends of the cult. What's going on here?
There's a quick,
With that taken.
there's a quick
Ow!
there's a quick clip from Mortlock, who also is rolling additional damage that I count for because he did damage last turn. After 2 attacks in, takes an additional 11.
Jesus.
He gets clipped hard on the way through.
That guy is a monster.
I'm on Mortlock's team. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
I kind of hope he's on our...
alright. 2.
But I'm not going to put it past this guy to be any less dangerous, so...
Yeah, so he comes in, dagger leading. He's going to get 1 attack in on you. Yup, chop, chop, chop. 15.
Misses.
Yeah,
Because-
hey, even against a stunned opponent, I can't seem to hurt you. Alright, Lily, you're stunned.
He goes for my heart, and it just bounces off the arm.
Yeah, the Merkle hands apparently misled him. It attacked the shield, and it bounces off harmlessly. Karen!
You fool, it was her most heavily armored spots.
Val is going to step out behind the pillar. Yeah, on this side, and it's gonna shoot the brute.
Alrighty.
He, I think, is on our side.
He's the one that hasn't attacked us yet.
24 to hit.
Oh wait, then who's the guy that's in front of you?
The guy with no
That's
face.
the dagger guy that's stunned
Oh,
her.
that was the guy I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was confused.
Yeah, brute guy is attacking him.
Yes, the Death's Head of Ball.
Yeah, the one
Does
who
he
is
have-
attacking Lily is the one I'm gonna shoot.
Do we have like a picture of his face? Can we see what it looks like?
Mm-mm. They didn't give me a picture of this guy.
Just Google a skull. That's his face.
I mean, Adam Coble did a, if there was an actor playing it, it would be, the, MCU Red Skull. It would look like that. It's just a, skinless skull. Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And then
That
Val
works.
would hide back behind the pillar and bonus action hide, assuming that the 10 is not gonna hit.
24. You
24,
had
because you were
advantage,
hidden.
Oh, that's right.
And, sneak attack. All that fun.
Yep. Lathan.
11.
The arrow catches him, and yeah, it looks like he's caught off guard as arrow thunks him. Nail.
Alright, what are we doing with? Who are we killing?
This guy stabbing
Flash up
Lily.
around the corner.
I'm just.
I see. Nail's gonna... Nah, fuck it. Dash and try and actually get into the fight rather than throwing hand axes. And I actually might pump my second wind too. Hey, nice.
Tiny. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Bastion. Lily is stunned, but an arrow whizzed past you and hit the skinless assailant.
I'm going to 10, 20. I'm going to stand here. I don't want to, be murder sandwiched if the brute mistakes anything. And I'm going to look at the Death's Head cultist and say, if you're this ugly without a face, I'd hate to see what you looked like with one. And vicious mockery.
Yeah, it's funny because you're a face.
Come on, game.
2 damage. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm honestly just trying to get the disadvantage on him for right now.
Well, the thing about that is, Wizards of the Coast decided that everything you're going to fight in here has advantage on magic spells. 10!
It doesn't save.
I know. Just that, he just has advantage because reasons. So, there you go.
It's really dumb, but whatever. He takes 2 psychic, and he's got disadvantage now.
You really rattled his bones.
Hey, leave the dead puns to me.
Rattle him.
And with that taking effect, I'm going to give Valkyrin inspiration.
Inspiration. Anything else?
You are bardically inspired.
That's D what?
It's a D6 right now.
And Shayna?
We're just gonna move up, and that is gonna be that.
Chin behind.
Yeah.
Orlock. Come up. 10, 20, 30. He cannot use a stunned opponent advantage, but he the hammer down. He says, "Boss, I ain't done with you yet."
You want me to put the hammer down?
Wow, Mortlock. Why can't I roll like this when I'm attacking you?
Oh, you do, don't worry.
Do I though?
In that first combat, yes, you did.
But yeah, he says, "I'm not done with you, Boz," and he pummels him in the back with the club enough to stagger and turn him around, and then the second is just like a Louisville Slugger swing that sends him into the wall beside him, and it crushes what remains of the skull, and the Death Head of Ball lies defeated.
Wow, this
Well,
was
he
an
was very
engaging
handily-
combat.
I mean, I'm engaged in
Handle?
Mortlock's ability to murder.
Yeah. Once battle subsides, the shirtless, cut-up man is breathing heavily, leans against the club, and he looks at all of you and says, "So, I take it you haven't come to kill me then?"
As long as you're not part of this death cult.
How long am I stunned for?
You're not stunned.
Cool.
And he grins and he says, "Nah, friend, I ain't a part of this death cult."
Then we've got no problems with you right now.
Is he part of the death cult?
He's not a very subtle individual, and yeah, it definitely does seem like he might have some involvement in this cult. But it looks like his involvement in this cult might not matter because the cult was trying to kill him.
Well, technically,
So
he'd
it's
be
like,
part of this death cult, part of a death cult, but there's like 3 different death cults crammed down here, isn't there?
no, it's the cult of the dead 3. It's the 3 cults working
Ah.
together.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, no, it's the kind of thing that you say when it's like, I was part of this, but they gave me my severance package early. And he gestures to the dead bodies around him. You know, that sort of thing. He's like, yeah, I'm not involved with the cult. So it doesn't feel like he's being truthful about that, but you can also take it with a grain of salt because the cult was trying to kill him a moment.
After I shake myself out of the stun and look at all the bodies, so this is all your work.
Not pretty work. I do tend to have a knack for melons.
And you are?
Mama calls me Mortlock. Mortlock Van Thamper. As your acquaintance.
Well, good to meet you as well, Mortlock. I am Bastion. This is Lily, our
Nail, give me a history check with advantage, please.
friends Sheena, Nail, and our shiftier friend hiding in.
Nail, give me
the
another
back.
history check with advantage. Because I hate... Okay, there we go. It's like, I hate how just unhelpful your dice have been for 4 games. You recognize the name Van Thamper. And it's mentioned.
Mercenary days, or what are we talking here?
They are a patriarch. They are a patriarch house. They are one of the noble houses in Baldur's Gate. More importantly, the name Van Thamper rings a bell because the acting Duke of Baldur's Gate is a Van Thamper.
Oh, he is top shit then.
Yeah. The name... There we go. The name Duke Alhambra Van Thamper rings a bell. You know that they are acting as the Duke of the city. Alhambra is a 3-timed widow who has risen to power as she initially started out as one of the working guilds that did all the sewer works for the city. That's how they ascended their power into the noble district, which, surprise, surprise, makes kind of sense that you guys have gone through the sewers.
She's running this.
Yeah.
So at the mention of that, you know, that clicks for you, Nail. And when Bastion starts talking, Mortlock kind of smiles and he says, "Well, I've introduced myself, friends. What are the rest of your names?"
No, Bastion just introduced everyone.
Oh, did you introduce everyone? I thought you just said. Sorry.
Lily.
We're talking over each other.
I was listing off Lily, Shayna, Nail, our sneaky friend in the back.
You didn't introduce Ford, Henry, or Harrison.
And then there's Ford and Henry and Harrison.
Right, the skeletons. They're not much for small talk.
Sure they are. You just don't know how to listen.
I see.
So if you don't mind me asking, what's one of your folk doing down here? Don't you guys run this here?
Bold of you to assume. I was betrayed. These assassins conspired with my brothers to kill me. If you hadn't come along, you're dead. He gives a grin that kind of curls into this ugly snarl with the good side of his face. Laugh.
Considering the condition of that there corpse, I don't think that's necessarily true.
I was bait.
You did very much go, as they say, Gallagher on his grey matter.
You provided an ample distraction had we continued fighting on our own.
Oh,
Skilled
thank you.
assassin himself dispatched me. In fact, should you desire to do so, you could probably kill me right now. And as he says that, yes, he has several grievous looking injuries. He's like leaning against the wall and his club for support, but like he hasn't brought it to any real attention because he's a big tough guy. There was the prying earlier, and he continues and he says, "My family is paying the dead 3 cultists to murder people in the city. Considering I've been written out of the will, our goal was to prove that the Flaming Fist can't do its job." He looks at Shayna, who loudly or Bastion, who loudly declared that they were the Flaming Fist when charging in. Once
We
the
were
city,
drafted, to be fair.
I'm sure you. Once the city lost faith in the Flaming Fists and stopped paying them, they would have less reason to stay in Baldur Gate. With them gone, no one would stand in the way of Mother becoming the next grand.
Why would they betray you, though? Aren't you family?
It is a noble thing. Sometimes they're not too fond with sharing spots, especially if he had happened to be
My brother Thirstwell and Amric are not the most agreeable sorts when it comes to me. For half brothers, see no real connection beside mother. Since I'm her favorite, kind of smiles again at that. I could see their jealousy.
Right, they wanted the bigger reward for themselves, and in order to do that, you had to be removed from the picture.
What sort of reward are you assuming?
Any sort, I'm just... This is noble
Inheritance,
stuff I
perhaps?
normally deal with.
Dale quickly just takes out his healer's kit and kind of underarms it over to Mortlock.
I hold up a hand first. So, we're probably going to have to stop your mother from paying assassins to kill people. Is that going to be an issue?
Mother isn't paying. My brother Amric is the one who gives regular payments to the police. He runs his own money business out of a tavern called the Low Lantern.
Then
Mother
he's the one.
doesn't expect much from me. She thinks that Amric, he likes to flaunt that. He believes he's the favorite.
So, regardless of who we have to stop, whether it be your brother or we're gonna have to get involved against your family, I imagine. Does that make us
Do I look like
opposed?
I'm in the position to...
I lower my hand and let the and I'll actually pass the medical kit over then. Maybe.
Brother Thirstwell once put, revenge is a dish best served hot. Or was it warm?
Cold.
Maybe.
Revenge
I
is
heard it
best
was
served
with an
cold.
arrow in the heart.
Ain't one for
Nah,
using...
bludgeoned to death.
Ain't one for using such cowardly tactics, distant, shadowy voice. I prefer to see my friends smash their heads in.
And at that, she'll take a step back from behind the pillar, so we
Yep.
can at least see.
Yeah, you step out and he says, "Ah, there you are.
Disembodied shadowy voice.
There you are.
Well,
Sneaky assassins."
If you're not on too friendly terms with your family currently, could we, I don't know, barter for your assistance in this matter then? We're just
Almost-
interested in the people down
It's
here.
almost like I'd been providing you mission rescue.
I'm
He's got a
gonna
good point.
while they're talking, I'm gonna do what a good Merkle priestess does and start looting the dead.
Yes, but as he points out so eloquently, this would be the time to start asking questions.
Start doing what? Sorry, you cut out.
Asking
questions.
important questions.
So this Dead 3 cult, this is just assassins, or were these assassins just a smaller part of the entire cult?
As I said, the cult's aim was to destabilize the people, faith in the Flaming Fist.
Right.
These assassins were part of the cult, sent by my brothers to kill me.
So we need to deal with his brothers. Do you know where we can find your brothers?
As I already said, Ambrick runs a money lender out of a tavern, Low Lantern.
This is like the real life reaction to when you're doing RPG dialogue trees and you just keep pressing the same response.
You're like, shit, I didn't get that information the first time they said. Let me scroll back through the text.
So what's
Damn
next
it,
for you? Mortlock?
You guys were talking and I was mid typing and I put low light dialogue instead of
Sorry. Low Lantern. A tavern called the Low Lantern. Okay.
I'm Shayna, and this is my favorite death cult on the Citadel.
Yeah.
Alright, got it.
My oldest brother, Thirstwell, uses imps as spies throughout the city. He had the bathhouse under surveillance and probably knows you've been here. But he's very sickly, very rarely leaves our mother's estate.
What's your talk there, Clip Clappy?
Skeletons are just plain patty cake.
Wow.
And your mother wanted to become Grand Duke. She orchestrated all of this?
My mother is one of the 3 remaining members of the Council of 4, which governs Baldur. She was also instrumental in convincing older Ravengard to travel to Elturel to meet. I oversee Avius Krieg. With Raven Guard gone, the Flaming Fist is leaderless. Was her plan soon power?
So your mother knows what happened in Elturel.
Gives a knowing look.
It's been 4 weeks.
Right.
We were told what happened, right?
Sorry?
It's been 4 weeks. We were told what happened, right?
About what? That's
Elturel.
Yes. Yeah, that was the information you, not only in the Elfsong Tavern, but also leading up to it. The refugee crisis is because Elturel had mysteriously vanished a few days prior. An event happened that people considered an act of the gods, where the city had up and vanished, and many of the people who were able to get out in time have fled their way to Baldur's Gate, to which the Flaming Fist has done their best to keep the city under martial law, not letting people enter or leave because they are looking for Thavius Krieg, and anyone connected with the Hell Riders, and basically they don't want any more refugees in, but they're also not letting anyone out of the city because they're just trying to maintain control.
I was just trying to get information beyond the whole mysterious disappearance thing. So for more pragmatic information we could use here, do you know how many cultists remain in the rooms beyond here?
If you've made it this far, you've killed most leaders of the cult. Without them, break. Cultists keep treasure by. However, I figured it would be a modest accommodations for you. And he gestures around the corner over here. I think it would be ample reward to pay you with my brother's ill-gotten gain life.
Where did this treasure come from? Do you know?
Well, when one operates in the burg, finding treasure ain't hard. I'm sure you can.
Don't think about it too hard, Lily. You won't like the answer.
They get it from the Merkel bake sales, obviously.
Yeah.
Is there...
No one buys those cupcakes, and you know it.
Does anyone else have any ideas of what questions we might be able to ask?
Do you know anything about the Hell Riders?
That's a good question.
Just that they're a bunch of fools from Elturel. Cowards, fled, tail between. Shame. That's what the picture books told me.
Well, all right. What are you going to do now?
I'm taking a ship out of. I have no intention of staying, given that my family desire to keep around. I imagine your bloody business with that not done.
Nope, seems like it's just getting started, actually.
Are there any, if we have to visit your brother at your family's manor, do you know of any secret ways in?
There are none. Have to be clever getting in the state, and even more so getting into the district. Doesn't look like it's the sort of place y'all associate.
You say that your family built the sewers. Surely that have back doors everywhere. That have to be able to move around quietly.
Gonna take the risk of traveling sewers, friend.
Granted, it's not the smartest idea in the world, but
Ain't
it's an
one
option.
for many book learning. I figure sometimes a more direct approach is the best. Trying your luck in navigating.
Got it. See, this guy agrees. Knock down the door with a sledgehammer.
That's
point
not-
me.
That's
Point
not what
nail.
he's saying at
That is
all.
not what nobody said that.
I like this fella. Sometimes knocking at the door and crushing a few skulls is the way to get.
That's
know what?
I've been saying.
You're bigger than me, so I'll agree with it.
Mighty smart of you.
So, I take it your family has been using. Do they own the bathhouse or have just been using it?
You. No. No, I think we did clarify that yes, you know that the bathhouse was by a noble family.
Okay.
Which was why you could not steal it.
Hey, we could. There'd just be a lot of repercussion.
I never said steal.
He said, "Well,
I absolutely.
When you take
I
ownership
absolutely-
of
hang on,
property
hang on, hang
from
on.
someone else,
Who said I planned on stealing it though? You're the one who put those words there.
I mean, you.
There are other ways to obtain something other than stealing. But
I mean, yes,
It's fine.
You could take ownership of it forcefully at sword point. It's fine.
never
called a
mind.
mutiny.
Never mind. Just never mind.
Che, from our perspective, the Jedi are evil.
What'd you say, Dino?
I said it's called mutiny.
So,
There you go.
oh my god,
Hey, the previous owners.
Jedi
a
and Sith
traumatic
are
occurrence.
both evil.
All right, we're segueing way out of. All right,
Yeah.
back in. He has told you there is treasure.
Val's
down
gonna
here.
check out the treasure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we can ask him?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go look at the treasure with.
Okay, final question. How much can you bench?
That is not the final question, but you
Final
can
question
humor
from
him.
me.
No, final question. He already said it. So he kind of smirks at you and he says, "On a scale of 1 to 20, I can lift about 18."
Oh. On a scale of about 1 to 20, I'm around a 17. Not too far behind.
He does the thing where a buff guy without a shirt kind of like will casually flex, and he says, "Well, your friends have gone over that way," and he's like doing the thing where he's gesturing with a finger, but he's also flexing his biceps. He says, "You should go catch up to them."
Thanks for the pointer. I would just be going over that way. And as he says that, Nail, does the exact same thing, trying to flex.
He kind of nods and then starts to make his way out.
You should ask for his club.
Well, thanks for the information, Mortlock.
He's gone.
Seeing you. Or
Alright, what do we got?
See, I was going to ask if he, if we got his brothers out of the way, if his mother would be an actual problem, or maybe we could use her reform to change Baldur's Gate for the better, like we were planning.
If we kill your mother's children, will she be mad at us?
No, if he'd be willing to work with us.
She's running a death cult. Absolutely not.
She is running a death cult. That's true.
So what you're saying is we don't murder the mother's children, we simply take them captive and use them to extort her.
Sure. Right. So the two of you enter into this area. A short flight of stairs climbs to a circular chamber, 4 padlock wooden chests piled in the middle of it.
I'm gonna go up to one and use one of the keys that I have on the key ring. See if it.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long. Trying the keys, you do find that one of them will open up each of the chests. Each chest, just for some empty information, each chest weighs 25 pounds empty, and all 4 contain stolen loot. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, just if you wanted to carry them out chest by chest, empty, they weigh 25 pounds. The first chest holds 4,500 copper pieces, 2 red crystal vials. Hey, they're not electrum. Two red crystal vials with gold stoppers that are 25 gold each. Each vial contains a potion of fire breath. With the coins and vial inside, the chest weighs 70 pounds.
I'm going to try and pocket the fire breath potion
Alrighty.
without anybody seeing me.
Yeah, sleight of hand check, please.
All right.
Alright. There are 2 individuals standing next to you when you open this up, so they are entitled to perception checks.
Oh, my passive picks it up.
Alrighty. So then the 2 of them would see it.
Do you normally make a habit of stealing from your companions?
You
I
say
just
this
figured I
as
would
if
hold
it's...
on to them until somebody needed them.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
I don't have a problem when you ask.
Come on, Lily, it's Valkarin. She's always, taking stuff.
Yeah,
when she
clearly not
asks,
paying
I'm
attention.
At
fine
least
with
I didn't
it.
take the money.
See, she didn't take the money.
A lot of money in his pocket.
Bear in mind, that's like, what, 40 pounds of coins right there? If she was able to stealthily pocket all that, I'd be very...
Consider the interior of that is... Oh, yeah, I did say... I'm looking at the other one. Yes, yeah, that one would be about 10 pounds of coins.
If people want to hold things, that's fine. Just, no.
I'm just gonna walk over and I'm just gonna pop open the other 3.
As you pop open the next chest, chest number 2 contains 10 eye agates. They're worth 10 gold each, scattered.
Oh,
you cut out.
You cut out real bad.
The chest contains 10 eye agates worth 10 gold each, scattered amid 1,250 silver pieces. With the coins and gemstones inside, the chest weighs 37 pounds. The third chest contains a delicate porcelain dragon mask worth 25 gold pieces, resting on a bed of 2,400 copper pieces and 500 silver pieces. With the coins inside, the chest weighs 55 pounds. The mask weighs 1 pound.
All right, Elmer Fudd, tell me about the wask.
The wask we web it.
I'm
so this
taking
porcelain,
a look at that.
This porcelain mask is shaped as a dragon mask, but in the sense that it is like a painted masquerade mask, but the dragon shape is actually a quintet of 5 dragon heads, one painted white, one painted black, one painted blue, one painted green, and one painted red.
Pick
I'll
it
have
up
ready
and stare at
TM
it.
for you.
I am flipping it over and studying that close.
Yes. Would you like to make a religion check for me with advantage?
You're not going to like the answer you're going to get.
Or she's really going to like the answer.
19.
This is a dragon cult mask. Dragon cult is one that worships Tiamat, and for a time had threatened to overtake all of the Sword Coast by ushering in their dragon goddess Tiamat.
They stole from mine enemy.
That is a safe assumption.
And then a plucky band of weirdos and some other adventuring channels saved the day.
Well, we haven't run that one, so we can't claim it.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we'll just say that Forge's group did it.
I mean, apparently they've reworked it so that it's not hot garbage. So we might look at it at another time. But yeah, we can say Forge's group did it. That's fine.
I'd be
And
interested.
The cool bear guys saved the day.
I mean, we technically started to, and then
Did we do the dragon one?
Shay, Morph, and I did.
That
So-
one
For like 2
guy
sessions.
was like,
No, it was
running
was
for
bad.
2 sessions.
It was
and-
bad. We had a new DM who wanted to try it, even though we told him that he probably wouldn't like it because it's bad. And then about 3 sessions in, he's like, "Wow, this really is bad. I don't want to run this anymore." And I was like, "Yeah."
That sounds about right.
Although he said it was because of schooling, and then he
Yes.
vanished. So
Oh, also, I done goofed. The dragon mask is actually just a painted red dragon, because chest number 4 contains a bronze crown with 5 spires worth 250 gold pieces. Each spire is shaped and painted to resemble one of the 5 kinds of chromatic dragons: black, blue, green, red, and white.
That's the one I
weighs
pick up and
2.5
stare at.
pounds. Yeah, that's the one you pick up and stare at. But that is all 4 chests listed with their quantities and how much it would weigh if you wanted to carry them out.
Okay,
Um,
so let me get this straight. 2 fire breathing potions in one. Second one has... Oh, that doesn't have anything that might... Third one has a red dragon mask. Fourth one has the chromatic crown.
Mhm.
Also,
And lots and
convert
lots
all
of
of those coins. Yeah, if we convert all of those coins, it turns into 244 gold.
That's it.
well, do you
Yes.
have a bank in your pocket?
That's
I
fair.
wish.
That's fair. You don't get to convert it in the middle of a dungeon.
I'm gonna take some time to hit the old detect magic button, take a look at them masks and crayons.
Unfortunately, the only thing that does start to emanate are the 2 potions within the pocket of Val.
All I'm getting here is our friends in the murder cult lightened their victims of their valuables, and that they ended up killing members of a different kind of cult who happened to be in Baldur's Gate. And why is there a dragon cult in Baldur's Gate?
There's always a dragon cult in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, there's dragon cults everywhere.
They
Dragons
must
are
be
cool.
destroyed.
I mean, Lily's basically in a dragon cult, but it's just more of a widely accepted dragon cult.
That's because
See,
Bahamut's
the
awesome.
acceptance is what makes it a religion.
Exactly.
And, you know,
That's why
Bahamut
I'm a
doesn't want to
cultist
destroy
and she's a
everything.
devout.
Hey, Rin,
Yes, sir.
would I be able to pour the contents of chest 2 into chest 1? Like, is there enough room for another 1,200 coins?
I would say you could probably start combining them. Yes, that's fine.
Okay, I'll carry.
Okay.
I'll pour the contents of chest 2 into chest 1, then I'll carry chest 1. The rest is up to you guys.
We have 3 skeletons that can carry stuff.
That's fair.
They have brittle bones.
They
But
still
yes, they
can
can do
carry a. It's not that
We'll
weak.
give them some milkshakes on the way out, okay? Give them some stronger calcium.
I'm gonna let you all divvy up the coin however you want. That's fine. I recommend, just keeping a party fund, whoever wants to keep track of it.
Div's not.
Hey, Valkyrie, do you want to keep track of all the money?
I will keep track of the money.
If Valkyrian, if you want to hold the potions, that's fine too. The-
As she says that,
just-
I palm her the potions. It's not about stealing from friends. It's about keeping your skills sharp.
Ooh, see? That's just wise.
You're letting me breathe fire like a dragon.
Hey, as long as I stay back, you can breathe whatever you like.
Poison, whatever you want.
There's a moment where I kind of go starry eyed for a minute, like I can breathe fire like a dragon. and then blink back to reality. I'd like some time to study that crown.
You're not gonna wear it, are you?
Oh, hell no.
You're not gonna wear it, are you?
Hell no.
I don't know. Did you detect any magic coming off of it?
No, not really. Except the magic of belief. And
Then
then I
it's
wave
just
my
heresy
hands
to
in the
put it
air.
on, and not curse.
You know what? If I can get some platinum paint, then maybe.
Just buy. Well, no, that wouldn't really work because Bahamut's only got one head.
Very big.
Yeah, he only needs one. Tiamat needs 5 to compensate.
I
Are
mean,
we- Are we
still
still talking
feels
about
like-
phrasing?
Do you want to?
No, not really.
Then no. Alright, if you want your skellies to carry the chests, we have more of this dungeon to clean out, but it sounds like we got the bulk of it.
I did tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're done here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a little bit of a problem when we get topside.
You can't take your pet skeletons out for a walk in, the street.
Well, I mean, I
You're
could.
free. Run free.
I could, but it wouldn't end well for anyone involved.
So
Alright.
what we're going
Come on,
to
get
do?
out of here.
we're
I don't
going-
want you anymore, skeletons.
What we're going to do is they're going to help us carry the chests back up to the bathhouse. There you will politely desummon them, and then we can take trips from the bathhouse taking care of the chests.
Whoa.
That
Hold up. The bathhouse needs new workers. We've got 3 eligible workers right there. I reckon they give a
Skeleton massages?
Now we are not
Bone on bone.
we are not giving
They're joint
these death
Shut up,
cult
Rin.
patrons the skeletons back just so they can perform massages.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm not strong enough to maintain the spell that keeps them animated, so they're gonna go back to being just normal skeletons in a bit.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Raise Undead doesn't last forever.
Yeah, but you didn't cast Raise Undead. This is something different.
I think the principle is still the same, though.
Well, you can ask the DM.
Can she?
Well, I mean, probably not, but I'm gonna hit a religion check to see if I can reason that. Not a intel, stupid wisdom.
You definitely think after a while they will go completely apeshit if they don't.
Yeah, they're gonna lose their magic and not be animated soon.
Well, then I'll destroy them.
No,
In fact, you
what's
see.
wrong with you?
So, with that being said, with Shayna declaring that there is a time limit for these skeletons, you guys probably should make a decision on what else you're going to be doing for the time being.
Yeah, if you want to keep exploring, that's fine. It only looks like there's a couple of ways to look. And then Bastion can go find his tiefling friend.
And he.
But for right now, the important thing is they need to get the chests upstairs to the bathhouse. We will make our exit that way, and we can take the chests with us, but not the skeletons. That's all that really matters at this point, as long as there is nothing left to clear out down here. He did say the cult would collapse on itself without their leadership.
Which is why I'm gonna be the new leader.
You said that as a joke, but it's not actually a terrible idea.
No, it's a terrible idea.
So topside.
Everybody's heading topside?
Sounds like.
I'll like just poke my head over here, but
All right.
other than
I'll
that,
give you a quick looky-loo of that. Burn torch. Yeah, okay. Burn torch stubs litter the floor of this hall, the western end of which is occupied by 3 6-foot-tall painted wooden statues. Each statue stands atop a 2-foot-high block of red stone, making it look taller and foreboding. The center statue resembles a heavily armored man whose face is hidden behind the fearsome visor of his helmet. He's painted red except for his right gauntlet, which is black. Clutched in this gauntlet is a blood-red spear pointed upward. The statue to the north depicts a purple-garbed male noble wearing a harlequin mask and holding a dagger behind his back. The statue to the south portrays a black-robed skeleton with its jaw opened wide and its bony hands outstretched.
I'm gonna hug the statue.
Hug the statue of Merkel.
Before you do that, you're still detecting magic, aren't you?
Yes.
Do detect no magic.
So we can reasonably assume that these are the dead 3.
Well, yes.
I'm gonna start tipping them over.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I need a strength check, please, to knock the first statue off the pedestal. Which one do you go to?
I guess it's the bow one.
The
Ball one.
The one up top for ball. All right, strength check, please. Yeah. So you push this one over, and it falls, and it smashes into the ground. When you do, the head of it rolls off to the side, and the Harlequin mask scatters to one side, and the head rolls to the other, revealing Ball's ghastly skull-like visage underneath. Otherwise, nothing happens.
Cool. I'm gonna do that with, and you're hugging the Merkel one, right?
Yes.
Start hugging the Merkel one.
Defensively, because now I'm seeing you tipping over this shit.
Now you're seeing somebody desecrate the shrines to your cult.
Yep.
Well,
They're
tip
having
over
their
the second
fun.
one.
When you approach the Bane statue, I need a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh fuck.
All right.
You should be fine here, Paladin.
You feel the compulsion to kneel, but you don't.
To what?
You feel the compulsion to kneel, but you don't.
Ah. I tip that one over.
Strength check, please. Or athletics. Yeah, you push that one over, and this one collapses to the ground, and the spear clatters off to the side.
I only kneel to the Platinum Dragon.
You say the spear clattered off to the side?
And you said she's detecting no magic, right?
Nope, no magic.
Is the spear an actual spear?
Take the Harlequin mask too, because that fell off.
Sure.
Yep. And so, what's your perception on there, Nail?
While they're dicking around over there making a lot of noise, I just want to know what that is.
That's a rat.
Like an undead rat or just a normal rat?
Well, there's like a thing here that they didn't dynamic light, and it's like a tarp. So if you want to look, you need to move closer and actually check it out.
Okay. Knowing that, I probably don't care and probably wouldn't have made that perception check.
I mean, you could still hear it scurrying about. There's squeaks. All right, last statue. Anything happening?
I stare at Shayna. And I turn around and walk away.
So why was there sounds of demolition?
Oh,
Lily was pulling a nail.
No, actually, I was proving the power of Bahamut over these poor excuses of divine.
Hey!
Hey.
Except Merkel. He's number one. Go Merkel.
Eat the cupcake now.
Remember, Merkel
No.
loves you.
True.
Bear in mind, there's an awful lot of squeaking going on from that room, so do with that knowledge what you...
Hello, rats.
Either someone's getting hot and freaky in there, and I don't want to walk in on it, or there's a bunch of feral rodents, and I don't want to walk in on it. So let's...
Good choice.
Why are those two the same kind of sounds to you?
He said squeaking. He didn't specify.
I mean, do you squeak?
No,
Is
the
No,
beds
squeaking-
but my
squeak.
beds do.
I was like, is squeaking the sound you would use to describe that?
Welcome to the team. I know.
Yeah, welcome. All right, so everybody's going topside, so I'm going to move you topside. Plop. Not quite there yet. Bleep blop. Bleep blop. Oh, there's so many corpses. Right. Alrighty. So you guys managed to have the skeletons and stuff start to make your way out. You guys carefully step over the dead bodies and stuff. And as you come out, as you emerge from the bathhouse, 5 figures leap down from atop the courtyard wall and confront you. In addition to their black leather armor, they wear strange masks and cloaks that give them a vaguely dragon-like appearance. All 5
Instantly
brandish
draw my
steel
sword.
blades reminiscent of dragon claws, and they say, "Now, cultists of the Dead Three, it's time for you to pay for your blasphemy against..."
We already killed them.
Oh. Really? And, like, the lead one who's standing in front of Lily kind of pauses. He's like, "Really? Oh. We had, like, a whole thing ready? We were gonna exact our vengeance, and they're dead?"
There might be a few stragglers downstairs, but the leaders are dead.
Jeez. We got all worked up, hyped to, like, exact some holy vengeance, and now our whole evening is shot. Really?
I'm going to
I'm sorry.
pump 4 points of lay on hands on me.
You're just gonna start casting magic in front of these guys with their weapons drawn?
No, it's lay on hands.
That is a magical thing. You're just gonna start making your hand glow in front of them, their weapons drawn? This is the time you're going to choose to do something?
I'd probably
Like
hold
that?
off a minute.
I mean, I'm just asking, like, is that what you want them to see happening?
Fine. Then I say... Wait a minute. How's this guy here?
Which guy?
This guy.
Or?
I think you accidentally...
Accidentally.
No, you took a die. Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
I
how
had a
are we
cultist
positioned?
under me.
disregard him. He's not there. There we go. They look around and they say, "Well, that's not important. We're here to collect something that was taken, some things that were taken from us, and we know that they're here in the bathhouse.
What are we talking about?
Artifacts of great power to Tiamat. Jeff, take out the device."
Where
You
did
see-
you all come from?
Don't worry about that. It's none of your business. And he waves his hands around mysteriously. Jeff, the device!
I'm going
one of them
to
One of
hold
them
my
pulls
sword.
out a rod, and it weeps. He says, "I think they've got it, sir." And as you pull your thing out, no longer interrupting the DM narrating, what do you do?
I just hold my sword up and I Bahamut's earned the rights, and I attack.
Whoa!
Dead.
Oh, okay. Roll initiative.
Who could have seen this coming? I did.
I didn't expect this from Shay. This is usually I expect her to like adopt these 5 and try to like course correct them.
Convert them.
This is fine. All right.
I mean, I could.
No, this is
Hey,
fine.
do you guys want to work for Bahamut instead?
A little late for that. It's not.
I mean,
you could absolutely try and save them, but
Just make them bleed a little first. Then they'll be more responsive.
I mean, that's how you catch Pokemon. So
I mean, you just do what they did last night for Call of Atropos. We're definitely gonna save the person. Then they drop her down a hole to her death.
I had never planned on saving that person.
No, because I paid you not to. But the rest of the group was the one that killed her.
I loved that I convinced them that to tell everybody it was an accident and that we didn't do it.
Oh, she just kind of fell. It was a terrible accident, and don't worry about the gunshot in her knee or the traumatic fall damage and Eldritch Blast magic, but we tried our best, and
it's the darndest thing. It's
well, they didn't bring the body back, so it was just like, strangest thing happened. She died. Weird.
She was dead when we got there.
Dead when we got there. Not that guy. Actually. This guy.
Look, just beat them within an inch of their life, and then tell them to
You don't tell Shay how to
pray to
murder.
Bahamut for salvation.
You
And then maybe
don't
let
tell
them-
Shay how to murder. Let her murder her religious enemies as she sees fit. All right.
That's fair.
So
to be clear, Shay, I'm not disagreeing with your choice in character. It's so wildly out of character for you as a player that I've just taken aback.
it is, and I'm incredibly turned on. Kill them. All right. So
I mean, we never got to see how my druid really acted.
yeah.
True.
So it's time now. Combat has been declared, and they had their weapons ready as well. So when it looks like fighting begins, they're all going to jump to it. Oh, I should probably put your Skeleboys in there too. Hold on. No, they're holding chess. They're kind of occupied, unless you command them to do. In which case,
I'll
initiative
probably
after.
I'll probably tell them on my turn to get to fighting.
So that one's gonna jump at Lily, because she's the one initiating. He's gonna lead with scimitar. It's 18 to hit.
Miss.
You do not have Shield of Faith on it.
Miss.
All right. Shayna.
Get him, boys! And then I'm gonna whack this guy with my mace.
Ready?
Or my flail, I'm sorry, because I upgraded to it.
You
I
did
have a
upgrade.
flail now.
You upgraded to the cool skull flails.
Oh, sweet.
22 or 22?
I think I'll take the 22 for 8 bludgeoning, and because I don't think I'm going to use it, I'm going to use Channel Divinity, and I'm going to put a little bit of Merkel into this to give him 9 necrotic.
Yeah. So as you swing this this chain with a silver skull on it, the skull ignites with like purple Merkel flames, and you clock this dork in the face, and he just gives a yelp of pain and goes down like a sack of potatoes.
Okay, well, I'll just knock him out, I think. If that's doable.
Sure. I mean, yeah, you touch of death him non-lethally.
Yes.
I mean, it's going to be amusing if we defeat them, and I mean, they're not going to be able to go back to Tiamat if they fail.
Maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah,
that is an assumption to make. Yes. Anything
I'm
else,
just gonna
Shayna?
clock him and just knock him out and be like, wow, all right. I don't think we gotta You can pull your punches a little, guys.
Alrighty. I mean,
That-
17 would take most of you guys down. You can't really...
No, I know.
Alright.
Shane is just like, wow, even I put this guy down. Anyway, I'm
Alright,
done.
So your Skelly Boys roll their initiatives, but they're going to spend the round having to put down the chest. So I'm going to adjust that.
Wow, good job, Henry.
Yeah, they rolled pretty well. So Shayna finished. So Val. They have been declared dorks and not worth killing.
I'm gonna skirt the one that's in front of me. And I'm gonna do something I don't usually do. I'm gonna pull out my short sword and do a
Stabby stab.
So I don't know if Rin has mentioned, but we use flanking in this. So if you get the flank, you get combat advantage.
Yep. And that will hit. We'll take 11 to him. Are you just stabby?
just gonna stabby stab, and I'm gonna try and bonus action hide, even though he is right in front of me.
Well, you drop right in the bushes
Did
as...
just dive into a bush.
Yeah. So the other one was flanking and had Lily's attention, even though she was facing the main cultist. So you jump into the bush, pop out of the bush, grab this guy by the mouth, and then drive the short sword into his spine, and he goes down.
And I will bonus action hide.
Yep. There is a muffled sound of agony as he immediately goes down. This cultist is going to swing on one of the boys. On Henry. Cultist is going to waste a swing on Henry. 21. He's going to be 4. It's slashing, so it's 2. Cool. Slash that boy. Harrison is not acting this round. Hale.
Yeah, start fucking swinging. I'll try and murder the person beneath Lil.
Did we skip over me?
No.
Because I rolled initiative.
Oh yeah, you're not on
You're
the.
not on
You are
the
not on the
initiative.
list.
Did you select your token?
Says I did. No, wait. Yeah.
That's weird. She got knocked. She got taken
You
off
have
the list somehow.
You have an 11.
Uh-huh.
She wouldn't be up yet, but she's not between
Yeah,
me
you
and
wouldn't-
where she should
You
be.
wouldn't,
in
you
the
wouldn't
order.
get
Yeah.
up, but your initiative definitely didn't make it on here.
Weird.
Yeah, I didn't get the message that said I needed to select my token, so
No worries, I got you. Here you go.
thank you.
Nail, murder rate.
Right, slashing. Shit.
9 will not hit. They may be dorks,
Um,
but they are armored dorks.
Yeah. Can I just run past skeletons?
Yes, they are allies.
Sweet. Move over to there, then move down to here. Action surge and try again. For 22. And a hefty chunk of damage too.
Righty. Yeah. Shayna's like, let's take them alive. And then you see your compatriots immediately stab 2 of the cultists dead.
Well, alright, it was more of a suggestion, really.
Yeah.
And with my final movement, I'm gonna move over to here to... Actually, to here to threaten this...
Alrighty. Lily.
So you see the power of Bahamut, and I point
I
the sword
see
at
the
him.
power
You
of-
surrender?
I see the power of murder-happy murder hobos. Bahamut has done nothing.
Actually,
Alright.
at the very most, they would have seen the power of Merc.
I did see a very impressive display from a cultist of the Dead 3. Well, and then
Oh, that
she's
guy is
I'm
critical.
gonna pump
gonna
a,
die.
I am pumping a sight into this.
Please do.
Okay.
Bahamut has done nothing.
He just explodes in radiant energy.
That is
He
critical
is
damage.
well fucked.
Your smite also counts.
28.
No, you roll for your smite as well. Are you just doing 2d8? You're not running any spell slots for it?
I am.
How unvery paladin like.
What? What are you talking about?
You can spend spell slots to up your damage. Are you only doing 2d8?
I spend spell slots to do a smite.
Hmm?
So unless he's undead, and I only have first level spells. So.
Okay, that's it then. Just a 2d8 that's becoming critical.
2d8's the most the first level can do.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Unless
Yeah.
it's a fiend or undead.
Unless it's a fiend or undead. Is he fiend or undead?
He's not. He may be a bad
Damn.
person, but he's still human.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, so you hit him for 28. He's shocked, but still standing. Bastion.
I would like to point at this guy, and I will call out, "Hey, you! What's your name?"
Toby.
Well,
God
Toby,
damn it, Ren!
You just saw what happened to your friend Jeff over there. You just saw your leader take a one hell of a beating. And you see these Ratley boys? Well, you might want to make the right decision here and run. And I cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Oh, we are having words later. We are having so many words later.
There's Toby with a Y. Yes. The thing to do on a cultist, the most willful of people, is to make them do a will save. 14.
Well, he takes half damage.
Excuse me, 15, because he has advantage against being
Everything.
charmed or frightened.
What? Why is... Okay.
Dark Devotion.
He takes 6 psychic
it's a
damage.
cultist, so 6 psychic. Yeah, you rack his brain with horrible doubts. And have as much and doesn't have to move away. Alright, so he stays there.
And I'll give... No, she still got
She
inspiration.
still has
Never mind.
inspiration.
Yeah, I'm done.
Alrighty. The cultist starts to consider his options. He says, I can't fail. You know what Archon would do to me if I don't return those artifacts. And then he casts Spiritual Weapon, which makes a red dragon claw hand appear behind you.
Sure.
They're just a... There is not just a claw. Those are tentacles, so thank you, search engine. Yeah. Dragon Claw. He casts Spiritual Weapon. Oh, that's pretty. Spiritual Weapon. It's a bonus action to do that. Cast the weapon, you can make a melee attack on the creature. It rolls an 18 to hit with the claw.
Miss.
Since it doesn't get the flank. So that's going to miss. And then he's going to lunge at you with his weapon as well. 1, 18 and a 7. He misses.
Blocking and parrying both of these.
When Bastion is like, you should run, and then does psychic damage, Henry here takes out its short sword and stabs the gentleman politely in the back, and it just kind of like rattles as it doesn't just stab him, but it does that thing that skeletons do in like the movies when they're like attacking people, where they just keep stabbing because they don't have an off trigger. So this person is just getting mutilated up against the wall as it like all three of the skeletons swarm around him and just start hacking him to pieces.
Wow.
Hey,
They are very good boys.
They are not finesse weapons.
No, swords are finesse weapons.
And then yeah, and like to make it worse, like Ford comes over and he's still holding the chest, and he just like lifts it up over his head and just drops it on the cultist just to make sure that he stays down.
We're going to have to clean blood off that now.
Have you seen this place?
Ace the Bane. Anyways, Shayna.
There we go.
Oh,
A suitable blood vial.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Just would like to OOC point out that that was not me that did that. Shay, don't get mad at me.
My ire is already reserved.
I kind of wonder if Red is a little masochistic.
I'm already in trouble. It can't get worse.
True.
A little masochistic.
That's, yeah. I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna swing my flail at this guy. 15?
15. All right. Damage.
Is that it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh. 3.
Just 3?
I'm not as strong.
Alrighty. Yeah, so the skull flail flies out and it catches this guy, knocking him back into the wall. And he kind of staggers for a moment. He's like, I'm not going to lose. I won't fail him. And then you see the spiritual hand float past Lily, and it turns towards him. He says, no! Archon, no! And it leaps at him, and he gets pulled down into the ground. And there's like a fiery eruption as he's like, no! And he gets dragged down into...
Probably should have joined Bahamut when you had a chance.
Does anybody else think that
Bastion
was
just starts clapping. That was very theatrical.
Does anybody else think that's a little messed up?
Oh, it's
So
very messed
why
up.
did they deserve to die?
Some
I mean,
gods are
I
not
don't
benevolent.
mind having killed them, but
Oh,
They're
what'd you say,
part of
Dinah?
a dragon cult that tried to destroy the world, so
they are my sworn enemy.
What'd you
Okay,
say,
fair enough.
Dido?
enemy. That's what I do.
Oh my
That's
God.
my thing.
And they're enemies of Bahamut and are completely out for the destruction of the world and subjugation of all mortals. And they worship the devil dragon.
For their
Yeah.
That's what they said.
benevolent, beautiful goddess. Long may her heads flail about. Sonic majesty.
well, let's get these skeletons back in the ground, clean up the chest, and we can go handle our money affairs somewhere else.
Yeah, at the mention of the skeletons, they kind of like look at Shayna like, do you approve of what we have done? And then they rush over to her and they hug her before the magic dissipates and they just collapse into piles of bones.
Oh, I'm gonna miss these 3. So much so that I'm gonna pick up their bones and put them in my bag so that I can raise them later.
Yay! Yeah. Go ahead and mark down bag of
Bag of
Harrison-
bones.
Bag of Harrison Ford bones.
I'm just gonna leave a note for any of the cultists who are alive. Bahamut
our
wins.
mess.
You should Bahamut wins. You probably should have joined it.
I'd like to start fishing through the corpses. One of them had a rod that seemingly pointed towards something we had. Can I try?
Yeah, you find that there is a copper rod in the hands of Jeff, lying here murdered, where you had stabbed him.
Yeah, sweet. I'll grab that and raise it up. Alright, Magic Ferric, who wants it?
I'm
Magic
just
item,
gonna.
no idea what it does.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a look at it.
Shayna got first dibs.
In your
Plus one
face!
gonna- Pick up the chest off of Toby and prestidigitate the blood away.
So mad. She is so mad.
Nail will help.
Yeah, no. So you clean off the blood, and you guys have 3 chests worth of treasure. Looting them, they don't really have anything on them. They've got daggers, scimitars, cool Colt mass, and then this rod that, playing around with it, you see that it, like, kind of dousing rod beats towards the 2 draconic artifacts that you recovered.
I think
So
I'm going to keep
weird.
those.
Because why?
She wants to be able to locate more Tiamat artifacts and destroy them, I'm guessing.
Possibly.
I want
Or
to
just
take
keep
one
them
of
out
the,
of their hands.
I want to
Yeah,
take
mate.
one of the masks and a couple of daggers.
Jaina, you want to help with one of these chests?
I mean, I just helped get him all the way up here.
I will pick up 2 of the chests. Where are we
Uh,
going?
How are you
grab the
gonna?
heavy
How are
one.
you going to pick up 2 of these chests? These are like Foot Locker chests. It is
Ooh,
not a. It
that's
is not
a
a.
problem.
Yeah, it is not a one-handy deal.
Okay, I can pick up.
This
one.
is why I was
Pick one of
trying
the
to
heavier-
split the work. Fuck out and come on, we're going to handle this wealth and distribute it.
Yeah, let's get it sold and made into more manageable coin.
And definitely handle this before reporting back to the Flaming Fist, just in case they decide to take it.
Except the artifacts. I'm keeping the artifacts.
If you
Of
can
my
keep them
hand.
safe on your person, you are very much free to keep those.
So what is the plan?
Find a place and get rid of all the loot, and then get the money.
There's a
Made it
There's a
gold.
moneylender you can exchange the loot with.
Oh yeah, there's totally. We should go talk to that moneylender guy. That's definitely on the up and not paying bankroll. Like, you know what? Maybe going to him with all of the stuff. That
All of his
just-
stolen loot.
He's a lender, not a merchant.
We're going to go find a bank in the lower city. If there is one.
There's
Probably something, what?
might be like
If there is, Bastion might be familiar with it due to working and living there.
You live in a bank.
It's a Church of Joaquin. Let's just
No,
go.
the lower city.
Also, that we can just
Bastion
find a
grew up
church.
in the lower city. We're going to go find a bank to exchange the goods for the copper and silver for.
I believe that is mine going forward. Yes.
alrighty. That's not hard to do. You guys were able to find a money changer that can convert that over for you for a modest 5%.
That's not bad.
Hey, Valkaren,
Yes?
how come you took one of the masks?
You never know when you'll need it. I ended up sticking it in my disguise kit.
All right, that's smart. Just watch out around Lily. I don't think she likes them.
Look, she'll be fine as long as she doesn't decide to prank Lily with the little spook with it. Just warn Lily before you put it on.
I mean, as we know, she
have-
is a knife first bird lady.
If I have to put it on, shit has hit the fan.
Dragon shit has hit the fan.
That's fine. I'm just pointing out. Do not try to prank her with it. That's all. Unless you want to get smited, but
Why would anybody
after-
want to get smited?
anyways.
You're into some weird stuff, Bastion.
So what was the conversion rate? Max?
I can go through that later, after stream, and I'll let everybody know how much we have. If we want to keep, finish up the session instead of, doing this stuff. But I can do the math after this for everyone.
I was just gonna do it because I was gonna be in charge of the party fund this time.
Yeah, but we can do it after the session.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's just my suggestion. If you guys really want to do it now, it's fine. But...
coins are already done. I can't remember what sellables we got.
They're listed.
My
She
suggestion
wants
is
to
we can
keep
figure out
the
later.
dragon stuff, so the mask and the crown are off the table to sell, but we
We-
do have the agate.
We can. What I'm saying is we can figure out this later if we want to continue the session or.
All right.
Yeah, we'll say we just handled all the financial stuff with an asterisk, and then we'll move on to reporting to the Flaming Fist Big Dickhead. Sound good?
We still have to stop who was leading this, don't we?
Well, yeah, but the immediate cult danger is past.
We were
Yeah, we can
drafted to do this. We can report the information back up to them that there is still some noble house at the reins, but
That's fair.
They also
unless
might.
we get put on that, we might not have to deal with it. It's just the fists problem. And
Hey, Lil.
so long as we are fists, it's our problem. So let's
You were
just
here
get the
last night
information
when
back
those
to him.
guys came.
I was, yes.
Righty.
While
So-
we were down there, did we take out the people who killed them? Killed all these fine folk.
I recognize some of them, yes.
Specifically, I'm looking for the dual wielding bloke, I think it is, because that would be another leader. I think.
I think that was the main guy that got his head pulped.
Okay, cool. Well, good.
Yeah, he had the same daggers.
Alonzi, Ren.
Alonzi, mes amis. So,
There's just a distant look
where
at the
are
map.
we heading?
Flaming Fist.
Flaming Fists. Cool. So
Maybe the guy's still out there beating peasants. Who knows?
Yeah, and this is after we do the
Yeah.
money stuff. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yep. So you guys pack up your things, do the money lending, and you make your way to the Flaming Fist barracks. Obviously, you say that you're here to get in touch with Captain Zaj in order to tell him about what's going on, and two Flaming Fist guards take you to his office, where you see the familiar mustachioed, eye-patched, dark-haired man sitting behind a desk, scribbling a message, and he looks up at you and he says, "Well, it's about time I heard from you. What news do you have?"
Found the cult, fought the cult, killed the cult, dismantled the cult.
At the
Need
very
evidence.
least, we know that the cult specific leaders are dead, and any remaining members that might not have been there will fall apart without the lead. And that the cult is being funded by a patriarch house within the city.
You don't say. You have any proof of this?
We got a surprising testimony from one of their own.
It turns out they weren't fond of each other, and they decided to turn on their own blood. Unfortunately, he's going to be leaving the city to avoid any recurring ire.
So what you're telling me is you didn't bring him into custody to verify his statements.
No, we were gonna go investigate to see if his statements were on the nose or not.
Then having
But-
He's given us very damning
him as a
information.
corroborator of your claims that a noble family within Baldur's Gate is responsible for what happening has no grounds to stand on.
What if we
Until
got
you
a
have
signed
proof.
testimony? We might be able to track him down before he leaves the city. Get him to sign something, write something.
He gives Nail a very hard look. Are you going to be able to orchestrate such a thing, given your prompt responses in thinking of such a thing ahead of time?
I'll leave the thinking to the other ones.
Clearly.
I'm sure they can do something.
He turns to look back at the others and he says, "What
Wow,
else?"
I've never felt, getting run over by a cart I just got thrown into before.
What else do you have to report?
We know where we can get some damning information.
Well, cans are best filled with food that can keep our bellies sustained. Otherwise, cans are mostly useless garbage.
I feel like you kind of stretched with that one.
What I'm saying is, I'm not interested in what you think you can do. I'm interested in you providing results.
Well, alrighty
So,
then.
let's go
We'll just
crash
get
at the
out
pub
of your
then.
hair.
Well, hold on. You did dismantle the cult. That is a job I asked for results on. And Zaj is nothing if not a man of his word. He reaches into his desk, and the first thing he pulls out is like a bottle of scotch, sets that on the table, pours himself a bottle of scotch, drinks it, reaches back into the counter, takes out a coin purse of the money he promised for doing said job, which was... Did anyone write
200
it
gold per
down?
person.
There you go. He sets down a purse that had been counted out for 4 people, and he does a quick head count, and he squints at the new the elf hiding in the back.
I'll give her half of
don't-
mine.
I don't recognize you.
Oh, that's because
She's always been with us. She's just very hard to spot.
Yes.
I think I would have remembered an elf.
Well, she's hard to spot.
She does all about wet work.
With the persuasion, he kind of narrows his eyes in that kind of look that a flaming fist would give any non-human. But with Bastion's words, he kind of nods and he says, "Very well. You all can divvy up the original promised amount. Since she didn't make her presence known, I recruited you all."
While they were talking, can I kind of skim over his desk for anything with his handwriting on it?
Sure, you can make a perception check.
We've never actually had like a kleptomaniac on Rogue in the team before. I'm really happy that this is what's happening.
I didn't say I was stealing anything.
No,
You're right.
she's just looking over his desk. But
You're
no,
just casing the joint.
yeah, no,
She
like
wants to be
she-
able to forge something
is-
from
this
it.
is good
she is
because-
stealing its handwriting.
yeah, no, this is good because I have not prepared for a kleptomaniac type of rogue. So she is keeping me on my toes, which is refreshing. Yeah, there's a number of documents on his table. He was in the middle of writing something when you came in. You're able to see pretty clearly what he was working on. It basically was just dispatch orders and a bit of accounting for for the work being done in the lower city. It's obviously written in code because they're not going to write, extorted, 10 gold from the baker for protection. They worded it much more delicately. But basically, the Flaming Fist is a protection racket in the lower city because they're mercenaries, not actually, the guards of the city. They're just mercenaries hired to watch the lower district, and they maintain order with force and bribery. So you see that there are a number of establishments that he's been keeping track of that the Flaming Fist have made their rounds collecting dues from. But you have his handwriting and his signature on mental file now.
Would it be enough to forge documents if necessary?
It would be enough to attempt forging documents if you have a forgery kit.
Okay. I have a forgery kit.
Okay. Yes.
And I also have the charlatan background.
Yeah.
So that'll...
It would absolutely be enough to attempt it. Yes. So yeah, just make a note somewhere that you have seen Zaj's handwriting and know his signature. You would not have like a signet ring that would seal and officiate anything, but you could mimic the signature.
The forgery kit comes with tools to try and mimic the seal.
Yes, it does, but she does not have access to his
actual seal, yeah.
If there's anything on that desk that you want to steal, I'd say go for a seal if you can find it.
Oh, now you're encouraging me to steal?
From this dickhead?
Not at
Yes.
level 2. Not at level 2.
Yes, please rob the Flaming Fist. If Baldur's Gate has taught me anything, directly opposing the Flaming Fist is always a smart idea. Right, Rez?
I am the Flaming Fist.
I will give I'll give Vendetta, or not Vendetta, Valkyrin 50 gold from my share.
You got 50 out of her 200 gold. How lucky were you?
In lieu of paying our 5th member, why don't you pour us a round of that there scotch? We'll call it even.
Make a persuasion check, please.
That's almost alright.
He looks at you, pours a glass of the scotch. He says, "How about you go fuck yourself and get out of my office before I have you taste the chain?" He takes a long sip.
That's 2. Nail mumbers under his breath as he turns around and walks.
You keeping tabs on how many times he's...
Keeping tabs on how many times this guy's a dick. When it gets to 3, I'm probably going to just stab the cunt. So
as you're walking, he says, "Don't let my door hit your ass on the way out."
That's 3. Just jumps over the table.
If nobody else is offering a share, I'll give another 50 and
what did you say,
halfsies
Dido? You were coming in quiet.
I said you would enjoy that, wouldn't you?
Oh.
The door hitting us in the butt on the way out.
He kind of gives you and Lily a look over, maybe even Shayna. He says, "I wouldn't mind seeing a few asses get tapped."
I know, my ass is fabulous.
That's fair.
All right, well, I'm gonna... guess we're just gonna walk. Everybody just kind of awkwardly looks at the bard, and then we're like,
Well, that's us for
All
now,
right.
and we'll get back to you if you need more work done, I guess. Or you'll be in touch.
You're gonna be looking into this corruption scandal. Once you have proof, you can bring it forward. Once Ravengard returns, if you're able to prove this wrongdoing, and make sure these nobles are punished appropriately.
Noted.
We can see what we can turn up.
I'll make sure you're aptly rewarded for your service once you provide proof of any wrongdoing. We wouldn't want to be known for exacting justice without proof.
That is the thought.
I'm just gonna leave.
The irony is not lost on him. So, with 5 minutes left, what is our planned destination for next week?
Shopping spree.
In long rest.
So we have a couple places. We can go to the Low Lantern Tavern, or we can try getting into the upper city and going for the mansion before, and just skip over that, I think.
Who was at the Low
Lantern Tavern? The brother. Or one of the brothers.
One of the brothers is at the Low Lantern, the other is
at the...
So, the brother...
The moneylender is in the Low
Yes, I'm just trying to
Lantern.
remember
He's
their names.
There we go,
Amric.
Amric.
Amric Van Damper runs a money lending business out of the Low Lantern, and Thirstwell, the oldest brother, is sickly and resides at the manor.
And he's the one with the imp spy network
Yes.
that probably knows we exist.
Also, since we're out of the dungeon here, I just want to treat you guys to delightful pictures of the Van Dampers, since we've already shown Morty.
I think a Low Lantern Tavern probably good because it's in the lower district and we still have Flaming Fist Authority.
Yeah. So as you know, and I will just say that Nail filled you in on the dichotomy of these patriarchs. Mortlock Van Thamper, of course, is the delightful youngest baby brother of the trio of siblings. He also has his brother Amric, who is the middle child of the group. Amric Van Thamper.
That beard just screams comical villain.
And then,
Yep.
and then the eldest Van Thamper, Thirstwell.
Oh,
We found a
is sickly.
zombie.
So these are the Van Thamper
He
siblings.
looks like he needs a drink.
Yeah, he
does.
He is a sickly child, and their delightful mother, Duke Alhambra, Mama Van Thamper herself.
Yeah, she doesn't look
She
like
looks-
she's gonna put up with anybody's shit.
She gonna
looks
Van
like the
Thamp your
stepmom from
face.
She's
Cinderella.
gonna Van Thamp your face.
Dang. Yeah, that's also a good comparison, Dido.
Yeah. She posed for this portrait, flexing the entire time. Like that is yeah. But she
I can see where Mortlock got it.
That is the portrait that hangs in her manor.
Yeah, it is like that exact pose and everything. Like it is the she can do it, poster child right there, just aged up. But yeah, so you guys know that the Van Vampers are up to some business. So yeah, that's where we'll wrap up tonight because we're at the time limit here. But thank you all for watching. Thank you, Dido, for joining us. It has been a delight having another of your amazing rogues take part in this game.
It's fun to play a rogue
Yeah,
and to be in the game.
it is going to be delightful when we see some of this stuff come full circle, as I'm sure shenanigans will ensue.
Yeah.
Yes, Shay, as I'm trying to wrap up the game.
I was just gonna want to find time somewhere along the way to visit a shrine of Bahamut. That's all.
Okay, you guys said you wanted to take a long rest, so that can happen. Okay, so last bookkeeping thing. Everybody levels up to 3.
Woo!
All right.
Awesome.
So as I explained, there is some milestone stuff in this. You guys got one more level of milestone experience, and then it jumps into giving you experience from that point on. So I think once we get to after level 4, there's a certain point, and it goes into regular. But for right now, it's milestone. You guys accomplished what you needed to do, which was clearing the Dungeon of the Dead 3. So you progress to level 3. 1 level for each dead god. That's how that works, right? Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Great. We have the we have the intention of going to the Low Lantern next week after you guys do some downtime with a long rest. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'm going to see if there's anybody worth rating. I know it's late. We definitely will not catch anyone as they're ending like we always do every single week.
You know that we're going to, because that's what always happens.
We always do. Same as it ever was.
Well, you know what? Let's not go to a tabletop group then. We're gonna visit a buddy from Giggle Games Discord. A buddy of mine called Despair. He's playing the Outer Worlds, so we're gonna raid him. If you guys are interested in taking a peek at that for a couple moments, check him out, say hello, give him some love. But for now, we'll see you Monday for Forest for the Trees. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Night.
Night.
Yeah.
Good night.